0996 892 965. Get a Zuku decoder today and not miss daily mass, worship and prayers, news bulletins, and so much more on Luntha TV.
Good morning, and from Bishop Neff Media Center, Elia Tuliongo, welcome you to yet another edition of Press Review here on Luntha Television. With me, Robert Edward. I'm with my colleague
Moses Makawa.
Good morning.
Good morning, Doc. How are you?
I'm very much fine. We are a country still within the 21 days of the declared mourning period, and there is a lot of reaction coming from the general public and the international community from the death of the late Vice President Dr. Sirima and other 8 crew members in a plane crash. We'll be taking you through stories making headlines in the Nation newspaper
and the Daily Times.
Beginning with the Nation newspaper, diplomats caution on VP death conspiracy theories. Diplomats have cautioned against a wave of conspiracy theories surrounding the Malawi Defense Force plane crash that killed Vice President Sirima and 8 others on Monday. The diplomats say the assertions have potential to create tensions. As such, they have called for restraint among political leaders and citizens to ensure peace and stability.
Sure, and on the Daily Times front page, VP Chirima buried on Monday.
Yes.
We've been given some details on this one. Possibly maybe you can...
Yes. So finally, the government has announced the day when the country is going to bury its late Vice President Dr. Sirima. It's going to be this coming Monday. But before that, according to the Minister of Information, the body is going to leave the mortuary on Friday, and from there to go straight to St. Patrick's. That's the parish where the late Vice President used to go and pray, and of course every Monday he used to go in the morning and attend the morning mass, and from there it's now going to go to this official residence. That's in area 12 where the vigil is currently, up to Sunday when the body will be now carried to the civil stadium in Ulongwe, where Malawians will now be given a chance to pay their last respect in the capital city. And then from there on Sunday, it's going to go to his home village in Cheu district for a vigil there throughout the night of Sunday to Monday when he's going to be buried. So that's how the program is. And I just wanted to say that I think the committee that has been set up by the president, it's really doing its job, and there are regular updates from government. That's great. Of course, there are theories, as according to the first story that I read here. We cannot deny that. We are hearing theories. You know, when you are traveling in a minibus, wherever you are, even when you go to the vigil itself. I have gone to the vigil itself. There are those stories being discussed, and the diplomatic community here has been discouraged or has discouraged the same, because that can indeed lead to some tensions, and it's not good. However, if I get another story here, crash inquiry cause intensifies, stakeholders want independent investigators. Kunkuyu says MDF directed to conduct probe 4 days after Vice President Saulos Chilima and 8 others perished in a military plane crash in Zimbabwe, there are growing calls for government to institute an independent inquiry into incident. Human Rights Defenders Coalition, HRDC, on Tuesday called for the thorough investigation into the plane crash in Ntungwa Hills on Vipia Plateau. Governance analyst Henry Chingaibe, in an interview yesterday, said an investigation must be carried out by independent experts, preferably foreign ones, to help address the conspiracy theories some Malawians are making about the plane incident. And we have a lawyer here in the story. Kumbo Soko is saying it is a standard practice in aviation. This lawyer is Kumbo Soko, and you know Kumbo Soko with Chilima. He has been the one representing him. He's been in the legal team representing him in court. He was the one who was given as a official spokesman, interacting with the media after the adjournment of the cases and all that, and he was at court. So he says it is a standard practice in aviation. Now, I interacted yesterday with a leader of opposition, Dr. Josh Chaponda, and this is what he's saying. So Chaponda is saying even if it means the entire Scotland Yard, that's how eager he is to know from the international. So he's saying the investigations must be done with the high state of help from the international expert because of the same issues. And this is what Chingaibe is also saying. You see, these theories, these conspiracy theories, the diplomatic community has spoken about it, I mean against it, but that should mean that people are talking. People are talking. On the social media, people are talking. People are trying to connect the dots and we cannot run away from the fact that people are making the incident that led to the death of the Vice President and the others. They're trying to connect the dots. They're trying to put in a lot of their minds and so to avoid any doubt from the investigations. I think it can be indeed good to involve experts, both local and international. Apart from being a standard practice as in aviation, there will be investigations, but government has also come forth. They have also announced that, according to government, it's going to be normal. Any accident, whether on the road, whether on water, or involving the air, the plane, even if it seemed to be obvious, like everyone can see it's an accident, but according to police, they must investigate. Okay, so that's what government is holding on. So police will investigate. Police will investigate according to government. So government is saying they will investigate. Police will investigate because that's it. Even if it could have happened to me or to anyone, police must investigate, and police investigates.
It's their duty.
That's their
responsibility.
And but what the leader of opposition here is saying is that apart from that, there must be some international involvement, meaning it's trying to cause for international experts, because probably this should be the first in the history of Malawi to happen. But maybe in other countries, this cannot be the first. So maybe people who have that experience from the other countries, they can be employed to come and assist us in the investigation. So the calls now are growing. The calls are now resurfacing. So
on the same, I've got a similar story here, and mine is to be more like a question. I don't know how to ask. That the coming in of the UTM,
yes,
trying to demand some investigations to be done, while the other end, the government is doing its own. What does this tell?
The what?
the UTM is also trying to, yesterday there was some briefing.
Yes.
From the General Secretary of the party, that's the UTM, Madam Kariati.
Yes.
And she was like, all right, no, UTM has also asked the government and other stakeholders to conduct an investigation in the aircraft crash that killed Vice President Saros and 8 others on Monday.
Yes, so you see, this is something that everyone wants to see. Everyone, and I think UTM as a party here, they have to be the first people to actually call for that indeed. And so there is need for that.
There is a need for
that. There is need for that, and I know that government will let the processes go as they're supposed to be, and I think this time around it is not good for anyone, from us as the citizens, from the government, from whosoever thinks he is wise or whatever, or knows protocols or procedures to do something that might be seen or might be interpreted as trying to stop or frustrate commencement of investigation. This is not the time, because everyone just wants to hear someday that the investigations have commenced, and according to government it means now they have already started investigating, because a police agent, they don't pray. They don't pray. When it happens, it's just scripted like that. So this is, I think many can be involved in the investigations. Let's come forth, because honestly, unofficially or off the record, we are good.
We are good, yes.
Okay?
Yeah, we are good.
We are just good. But when it comes to you going on the record with the same thing you were saying off the record, people run away. Most of the times when you get the mic and the camera to the people, off the record, they will speak. Once you said, now let's go on record, they'll be speaking a lot about government. This government is not helping us. How we wish the president would have helped us and assist us with the road, with the what. Okay, but the president is there, and the president cannot just come from there and find out what are your problems. So we are here to carry out your problems, to put it on air. Him is going to hear, or a machinery that makes him make decisions pro to you, he's going to hear. So speak. People say, no, just you understand.
Yeah.
So we know we have people who are going to be involved in the investigations. You are going to be some of the people to be asked, please come forth and explain and assist the investigators. Police they should reach to a conclusion, because this is not an investigation that is going to turn into a white elephant. I know. No, according to my section, no, we cannot say this. No, I think investigation here is easy. The day it has ended, it has to come out. It has to come out.
Very much.
So let's assist.
Let's do
the investigators and the conclusions. We
shouldn't rush.
We shouldn't rush. Yeah. So there is an interesting story here, Moses. Nyirenda reinstated now. Acting Immigration Chief. Minister of Homeland Security has reinstated Department of Immigration and Citizenship Services Commissioner Operations Fletcher Nyirenda, who was interdicted after his arrest for alleged involvement in corruption dealings. Nyirenda, who was answering charges in a corruption case involving business person Abdul Karim Batatawala and others, reported for due days on Monday, and he is now acting Director General. His restatement comes after the state in March this year withdrew all the 6 charges leveled against him and another immigration official Limbani Chawinga. However, Chawinga was not reinstated as he is also answering other charges in another corruption case involving former Minister of Homeland Security Cecilia Chazama. Immigration Department National Spokesperson Wellington Chibonde yesterday said Nyirenda led a team of immigration officers that made Minister of Homeland Security Principal Secretary Steve Kayuni on Tuesday.
It's another story.
That's another story.
So interesting.
Yeah. It's a very interesting story. So this Nyirenda person was arrested, but the charges have been dropped against him. What it means is he's no longer connected to that case. Free man to those charges. And so now has been reinstated. And I think I have to, speak to him in this way. For you, Mr. Nyirenda, to hold that position, it's outside what you know. Yeah, it's just outside. It's just because of people's quest to change or to get what they want. People want to get what they want, and you cannot be speaking to us a lot of things that can only make sense to you and your technical capacity. You understand? What we just need is when a person comes to get a passport, the person must get the passport within the shortest period possible, and when the passport has been obtained, we don't want to be hearing those stories that the passport has been denied at some what. These are the things. It's as simple as that. Okay. Tukudziwa uri immigration iko kuli anyamata people would get these passports by just a phone call and and all that. It's not this is not even
just a phone call.
Yes. And when a Kalabanze, that is corruption. You understand? Yeah. So it's not good at and it's not as if you would okay. So come on, phone and take to your base. In Ungamufu passport later, passport in 21 days. 21 days you should get a passport here express in 48 hours, 72 hours. Think about that time. Because whatever you can say, but if these things are not happening, it's the same as the Football Association of Malawi and the Minister of Sports. Whatever you can do, but if Flames is losing, that's it. But as long as when Flames goes, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
So what does it mean? It means leadership must trickle down. Leadership must be trickling down for the benefit of someone who is a layman. Minister of Homeland Security. So if that can be described as a struggle, well, it has gone to your favor, but you don't need to really take that for granted because you're on the spotlight already. We have been told here that he was arrested for some corruption allegations, of course dropped, okay, but still it means a certain percentage of people's trust is taken away. So the best you can do is to do what people want. I know my policy and technical explanations, but as long as those explanations do not make sense or are not in line in someone getting the passport in Sanga, yeah, okay, so I think that's what I can that's what I can say.
Wonderful. The Daily Times kuona Mozambique, but kanemo ya maliro tendera kuwauza Malawi.
Yes.
Former First Lady.
Yes.
Mawa Friday.
Yes.
Amina kala wigirwa ku mutwa Baraka. So in the same spirit metu jitira zulo ndichu blue lab game amina ndichu ku mutwa ayikidwanso.
He was the deputy chief of protocol. Ndiudindo kufunikira kwambiri.
Mziko.
Okay, we have lost a very important person. Ndiudindo kufunikira kwambiri. Minister of Foreign Affairs good.
Okay.
You know, these are technocrats. There are people, I mean, Makandi massive institutional memory. Okay? There are people with experience. Okay? There are people who do that paperwork. You understand? For whatever these ministers, you know, do so. It's very important. And people who do the actual donkey work. Because most of the times the politicians, these figures, what we just see, most of the time, the late
Yes.
done. Now is already done and do the ceremonial and the symbolic. So that's what I mean when I say Habogo, we really have lost as a country. And so too with others. I mean, it's in the same. You see, it's a tragedy indeed, and that is why I think a certain percentage of Umuntu when Mabanga click in everybody's mind.
Very true.
You know, and Mabanga share these tools. You know, people can be so senseless. I don't know why. You know, people can be so senseless.
Especially in our generation.
You know, this picture. Even you as a person, you are able to. I don't think to share this. If somebody has shared it to you, you have the responsibility. You got to stop it by not sharing it to another person.
Just deleting it.
You know, we don't want to hear. You know, Mark Rampagana did a statement. We don't want to hear. Imagine you being arrested for sharing a picture, something that you could have ignored. You know, and so. These are big people in as far as running my ministries and Boma is concerned, and it's something that as a country we need to really mourn, but with that dignity that they deserve. Yeah. So
for sure. So on the same issue, I want you to help me because the law says 7 days to appoint the vice president. In a scenario like this one, there is a story here.
Yes.
That tells us within the working 7 days, the office of the president is vacant. So.
Yeah, I wanted to just see what they have quoted to reach to this, but the Republican Constitution stipulates that a sitting president has 7 days within which he has to appoint. However, the Times has learned that the supreme law of the land is silent on which cycles to pick. It only stipulates. Okay, so I'm trying to get. Okay, so Section 84. So they have quoted under Section 84 of the Constitution, the president has 7 days from passing of the vice president to appoint a person to fill the vacancy. The vice president's office for the unexpired period of his term, since there is still more than 12 months before expiry of the term. Mbaka said. However, dog, I wanted to go to the section itself. I have it just right here. I was reading it yesterday. Okay. So this is Section 84, an extract from the Constitution. It says death or resignation of a vice president. If the first vice president dies or resigns from office, or where, in accordance with Section 87, the office is vacated through the incapacity of the first vice president for more than 12 months, the vacancy shall be filled for the unexpired period of that term by a person appointed by the president. So if Mpaka is saying it's 7 days, I would want to leave it that way. But according to what we have read here, there is no stipulation of days. But him is, you know, is a legal expert, and so that. But that the Constitution that has been quoted in that story is I mean, the section of the Constitution quoted in that story is what I was just reading from. So what it means is, I think the key thing is the Constitution was wise enough, in my view, to put a scenario where we don't really need to struggle as a country for us to have a vice president in a circumstances like such that has befallen us. Why am I saying this? Is because the appointing authority is the person who is the president. So in this case, we have our president, so no need of the hassle. Him just have to appoint a person. But I know that it could be, the late vice president and the president, these guys, the way they were close with one another and all that, I believe there will be some respect given, and I believe that the president is as disturbed as every Malawian right now. Starting to talk about feeling of the vacancy, discussing. Yeah, that's okay, because the Constitution stipulates that. But I think for now, let's just talk about laying him to rest.
Yeah, sure.
This is just my view.
That's your
let's talk about laying him to rest first, and then maybe after that, that's when we can now maybe start discussing these things. I believe a lot of people may agree with my view, but my legal experts at the Tandi's committee to understand, because the president is also mourning.
Yeah, sure, it's also mourning.
And someone was telling me, I would imagine you being the president, and you are the first person to break a news that you know that this thing I'm speaking, it's detestable to the core, but you just have to do it, because if you don't, nobody will.
It's a challenging situation.
It's a challenging situation.
I'm telling you. Okay, let me finish here. Health workers trash injection. So that's what is my name.
Yes.
I know the mafusa na bambiri chifukwa yenu mumakhala busy kwambiri.
Busy kwambiri.
Batsiku baja mumayesetsa so ani maklaso muwetsatira.
Yes.
Kuti atone jela napita katenga injection.
Yes.
Ndipo ma health workers aja amwera boera utano as trash. So zifuna zitani zimenezi.
Maybe if you can just give us the paragraphs.
The paragraph says,
understand the context.
The National Organization of Nurses and Midwives and the Physicians Association Union of Malawi have expressed dismay over the injunction which Attorney General Thabo Chagaganyirenda has obtained, restricting health workers from continuing with their city. President Solomon David Chomba said nurses and physicians are demotivated with the action that the government has taken.
That's obvious. I believe you cannot have umuntu okugwirira ntchito nyumba mwako nde muntu ujakuza ndamu ndiwezere malipiro nde iwe kukana kenaka muntu uja akuzora nde inetu basi bawa simbwera kuntchito ngasindu funa mundiwezere malipiro nde niwe mukalenge chiletso kwa mfumu da uyu ayina kuyebe kuntchito koma muntu mufuna muntu yemwe azajetsa phala mwana wanu mukachokongerera kuntchito. Are you sure mwana ujazinjesa ndi phala iwewe kulibeko?
No, sizingate.
So it's as simple as that.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that. You just know kuti when you are aware muntu amene ukulamulembera ntchito which is mwana wako avutika. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So what does that mean? It means by you continuing the decision of getting the injection, you don't care about that's the reason. It means our man having injection, the Saku Samaranuza, Munhamini, Mahithega, and Bill. If one who am a banchito, for your in the Garan, Muzi, as a bit of Kumaka. Then anthu akuti fere kunyanya ntchito for malipiro akuchepa. Then you muriya musanyanyale. Then okay, kodi makalilesa tipitabe. But are you sure kuti no munthu akapita lafuna kambe chitati?
Ale afotokoza so kuti zichita compromise.
So it's as simple. It automatically means that the government is thrashing the anger for the people to take it. At a time when it was supposed to be the government itself to get the consequences. You understand?
Oh, yeah.
So ndona munthu akachoka kumudzi kwa chimpumbulu kankuti kuta ndadwala mthupi munthu uvalitsipa ndunke uchipatala akafika kumene kuja mmene munthu jakuzokathandizidwira ndi mmene akadakathandizidwira kadakazoti zipadalibepo zokhala zosiyana. We know kuti anzathu awa aza umoyo ndamtima wabwino, and we know kuti boma is also trying its best to mend defenses. Koma, can you do that as soon as possible? As I'm going to the sports, suspended FIFA boss console vice president family, FIFA president Giovanni Infantino yesterday consoled Mele Chilima, widow to departed vice president Dr. Saulo Chilima, who died in a military plane crash alongside 8 others in Nzimba on Monday. Well, we understand in the scheduled meeting the late vice president of Africa is no more. So it's bad.
That's the same story here. I think it's repeating itself. Yeah,
I'll finish with creative culture prayers. Here SKC, the vice president is the same in Ngoni Vicaria. Yeah, so another BN as well. So in the Ngoni world, ukafika kumene kwa impi. Yeah, it means kuti umachitidwa recognized and you show some loyalty to as a warrior, as a Ngoni warrior. And on that note, tikusiye nkomwe bankanizi nizopitilira as we continue to give you the coverage of the proceedings according to the program of the late Vice President Dr. Saulo Chilima's funeral and the demise. And so you continue being there. At 10 o'clock there will be a press conference, I hear, from the UTM again. And then as Luntha Television, we'll make sure that we give you updates and keep you posted of what is transpiring. But what I can say, my parting shot is, let's be responsible. Do not share sensitive pictures on this matter. Do not. It's wrong. It's against the law, and morally, it's not good. We are all mourning, and let's not escalate the mourning for others. We should know kuti anthu amene atisiya alindi mabanja, alindiana, and so you might be the person to cause a lot of pain. So I know kuti Malawi ndi anthu anzeru, Malawi ndi anthu abwino, Malawi ndi anthu aumuntu kwambiri. With the way akumvera yo, sangafuneso kuti munthu wina ake amve kuwawa kwambiri. And let's do that. Komanso anthu amboma tikamapangaso condemn izizi, let's condemn with caution as well. When we are condemning this, let's condemn with caution. Chifukwa Malawi amene mukumpanga condemn nayenso ndi munthu aliso ndi nzera ndi ubongo mwina so nzeru kuposa ino. So we should not, let's all harmonize ourselves.
Beautiful. From me, Moses Makawa, and my colleague.
And Robert Edward. Do not change the dial.